Hello.
And welcome to Film Bastards.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome people to episode 576 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by...
Micky Foster, hello everyone.
And...
Ian Loring, hello.
And what have we got for you? We've got Micky 17. Not one of us have seen the first 16, but we barreled fucking through and just went for it with Micky 17.
Have you been wanting to do that joke all week?
No, I couldn't literally just then.
Oh wow, okay.
It's not great. I regret it as I was saying it, but I thought, you know what, fuck it. It's not the worst thing I'm going to say on this podcast. Let's go. Yeah, we've got that. We've got other bits. We're going to talk about some films we've watched. We do have some trailers out there. And yeah, other bits. Listen to our friend shows, Entertainment Landfill, Rewatch Project, Chinchroker vs Punter, and other shows. But first, finish listening to this one because it's going to be a fucking rocking ride.
I feel like not as many trailers as I was expecting, given that it's been a while.
Not as many as expected, no. You see, you destroyed my segue then.
Oh, sorry.
I said it's going to be a ride. Ian, you went on a drive to success, didn't you, earlier?
Yeah, okay. So, Bex,
Yeah.
You could probably just, not listen for 10, 15 minutes.
Bit, yeah.
So, and, anybody who's not interested in Drive to Survive can skip 10 minutes or so. So, I watched all 10 episodes of season 7 of Drive to Survive in less than 2 days.
Nice. Genuinely, when it arrived on Friday, I was actually genuinely excited for your morning because I was like, I bet he's having a great time.
I was. So, I'm still in between employments, and I'm at a point now where I've got a few things on the bubble where I kind of feel like I don't have to be job searching constantly. So, there's time I can put into Drive to Survive or doing up the garden. We're ripping out an entire plant bed and we're going to put in some patio slabs and kind of expand out the amount of usable space we have in the garden. So, having a great time. But yeah, Drive to Survive. So, in a way, this is the season that has slightly broken me.
Oh.
And it kind of started with last year's season where, if you know the season and how things played out, it's kind of mad how much in Drive to Survive is massaged and just made to be more than it is. But I think they've jumped the shark this season. So there is an episode which is all about, Mercedes have lost Lewis Hamilton. And who's going to replace him? Is George Russell, the co-driver for Mercedes, the second driver, is he going to step up? Or are they going to just sign a different big name? So the storyline is basically George Russell's a bit of a choker. He cracks under pressure. Is he going to be able to prove himself? And it details the Belgium Grand Prix last year, which I knew straight away. Russell won that race on the track, but was then disqualified because his car was lighter than it was allowed to be.
Was it something to do with the air in the tyres? It was real random, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's something to do with the tyres. I think it was literally the tyres, they were too degraded. Because the thing is, the big thing that they do in this is he made a call. Because he didn't used to make, risky calls. And he made a risky call. And he said, do you think we can do this on without stopping again? And, if you keep on using these tyres, they'll wear down. So you got to be careful with them. And the team weren't originally going to do that. Nobody else was doing that. But he did, and he made that call. He made that strategic call, and he stuck to it. And it basically ended up with him getting disqualified because the tyres were too worn down. But it literally has him winning and celebrating, and it doesn't mention the fact that he was then disqualified at all.
Ooh.
It doesn't even come up with a title card or anything. So if you didn't watch the F1 season, you would think he actually won that race, and that's the thing that got him the position. Bollocks.
See, this was going to be one of my questions that I was going to ask, and not like in a snide way or anything like that, but just in a, is there ever anything that happens in the season that when you're watching Drive to Survive, isn't it? Yeah. Afterwards, where you look at it and go, ooh, that feels a little bit like it was done for this show. Like they're creating situations a little bit.
So no, because enough kind of happens where it's weird. Enough happens where they could actually have enough stories and not have to make up shit like this. Like there's there were driver replacements mid-season, or a driver replacement mid-season, which is not touched upon at all, and you could have focused on that, and they chose not to. There was the other driver for Red Bull who signed a contract extension mid-season and got shit-canned by Red Bull at the end of the season because he can just completely shit the bed. You could focus on that. And they don't do this. But then also, and they must have done this in seasons past, but it really rinsed it this season, was fabricated conversations where it's like it's the morning and the Mercedes boss is on his balcony in his Monaco apartment with his wife, and they're basically talking about, well, are you gonna get a new driver, or are you gonna stick with George Russell? And the Red Bull team principal is having these conversations with these people, and it's just like, these aren't natural conversations. These are all obviously just filmed for this.
Yeah.
And it feels artificial, and that's the thing. The air of artificiality about it is just really, really, really becoming a problem for me now. But in saying that, hearing some of the in the moment stuff that you don't hear through the season, like team radios and people reacting to things, is really, really interesting. And the first episode, so for those who don't know, at the beginning of last season, the first race, Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull, was in a massive scandal where a female team member had basically accused him of inappropriate and coercive behaviour. And there's all this speculation around him. And the show talks about it, because it's box office, isn't it? It's gonna be there. And the conversations happening, and it genuinely, there's a few where it kind of feels like they didn't actually know Netflix mics were picking up these conversations between some of the other team personnel, is really interesting. And when then at the end of the second practice in Bahrain, after he was cleared of any wrongdoing by an internal investigation by Red Bull, some anonymous person then emailed basically all of F1 media a bunch of texts and pictures that Christian Horner's never denied were actually him, as far as I remember. He's never said, I don't think he's ever said he didn't do these things. It was just that it wasn't aggressive or coercive. So it's like the legal things he's saying not guilty, the moral things, not saying anything. But how it's all going there, and one of the other team principals for McLaren in a press conference is like, I think this needs to be sorted out quickly, and I think it's basically bringing embarrassment to the sport. And seeing Christian Horner's reaction to that, it sets up the whole season where he wants to beat McLaren, but he really wants to beat the team principal. And so, it's got that added freeze on as well. And then the last thing I'll say, there's 2 standout episodes. So there's basically a mini story called Le Curse of Leclerc, which is about Charles Leclerc, Ferrari driver, who basically the internet have decided was cursed, where he's a monegasque and he just never does well in the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's about him at the Monaco Grand Prix. And, spoiler alert, he won it last year. And that is a really good kind of bottle episode, just half an hour, just about that. And it's great. And, Leclerc is talking about his father died a few years back while he was in F2, and he was about to get into F1, but it wasn't confirmed. And he actually, he says he bullshitted his dad when his dad was a couple of weeks away from dying, saying that he'd signed for Formula One. And it's wow, that's a really honest thing to say. Christ. And just how much this would actually mean to his dad. It's really well played. And then there's another episode, which isn't entirely successful, but it's different, where they basically just gave 5 of the drivers, here are some phones, film a bunch of shit. And it's not all that, and some of it's still the documentary crew, but there's some interesting kind of unguarded stuff from the drivers in that as well, because they're obviously feeling a bit more relaxed rather than just being interviewed in the normal situation. So there's enough there that is still I get, as an F1 fan, I get enough out of it, but honestly, the George Russell thing was really, really annoying, because it was a completely fake narrative anyway. There was... They're kind of building up the could Max Verstappen actually sign for Mercedes thing, and it was scuttlebutt, but it was not nearly a bigger thing as they make in this. And then to have it be, oh, he won the Belgian Grand Prix, and that's the thing that proved it. If anything, it would prove he was a liability, because he's going, oh no, I'm just going to do this ballsy strategy, and then he wears the tyres down so much because of it that he actually just gets completely disqualified. And the thing is, doing that strategy on the track pissed off Lewis Hamilton. He was in second, and he was like, what the hell is going on? And then he doesn't get his moment in the sun. So, you look it up on Google now, he won the Belgian Grand Prix. But he doesn't in Drive to Survive. And he didn't get that moment on the podium either. So then there's did it actually hurt team chemistry? So it's a completely different story than that is actually being told in the episode. So, yeah, I mean, it's almost coming to a point now where Drive to Survive, there are nuggets that are interesting, but to be honest, on F1 Reddit, you'd probably see it all anyway. And then the rest of it, it's all right, if you don't watch Formula One, you just want to watch this once a year, get the popcorn out and look at the drama stuff, then maybe that's what Drive to Survive is actually there for.
For the casual fan rather than the...
Yeah, to be honest. And, but I mean, earlier seasons were really, really interesting. Just some of the storylines there, and it's there's been major people from earlier seasons who have now left the sport. And you're kind of starting to feel that. Also, the fact that Verstappen and Hamilton obviously are just I don't have to do Drive to Survive. Go fuck yourselves. And so they're just not in it at all. In terms of interview footage and stuff like that. And Verstappen has actually already come out and said he's unhappy with at the Miami Grand Prix, Lando Norris wins. Verstappen was happy for him on the day, and he genuinely was. It was just like, yeah, well, I screwed up. It's great that Lando's won. And they paint it in this like Verstappen's fuming. And it's like, honestly, like, if I were him, I'd be pissed off as well, because there is some character assassination to it there.
Yeah. They're, like you say, it's the creating different narratives element.
Yeah. But at the same point, the Red Bull principle, he's interviewed throughout the entire season, because even though he should probably just keep his head down, he's so cocky. And he's such a big I am that he's just constantly in it, which is fun when he's being asked uncomfortable questions. Oh, also, one last thing. There is a brilliant moment where the new driver for Alpine is... what's he like? The team, not the team boss from Alpine, because this guy is not allowed to be like formally associated with F1. Because he's dodgy. He's the executive chairman's advisor to Alpine, and he's talking to the driver, and he's just like, "Your balls are mine now. You can't do anything without my permission." And it's like the reaction on this guy's face. He's terrified. It's really weird, and it's something else. And also, that driver's probably going to lose his seat after 3 or 4 races, because Alpine have already signed a different driver as a reserve driver who is better than him.
Are they the one that's owned by, well, co-owned by Ryan Reynolds, a bunch of footballers and a bunch of NFL players?
Yeah. Not a great team, and one that their powertrain is so bad that they've said that this is the last year they're going to manufacture them, and from 26 they're just going to outsource them from Mercedes. They're closing down the factory and everything. Like, it's awful for the staff. But yeah, that's how kind of unserious an F1 competitor they are. But yeah, there you go. Drive to Survive. Real mixed bag this season.
Fair play.
You're back in the room, Bex.
Hi.
Right, trailers. What have we been watching trailer wise? What's been up in our grills?
The 10-minute Death Stranding 2 trailer that came out last night.
And I didn't watch all of it. I did watch a bit of it. I stand by my comments that I made to you about it last night, or this morning actually. It is because I'm a man who goes skip at cutscenes. It will take me 8 minutes to complete that game.
You should watch
Great.
cutscenes.
What?
They add much needed context to proceedings.
But I'm not playing it.
Yeah, but you're not just playing it's not just a run and gun where you just fucking complete missions. It's a story.
If I sit down to play a game, right, and I have a controller in my hand, right, it's like, that to me is like if you sit watching a movie just holding the remote at the TV the entire time. You wouldn't do that. That is what a lot of modern gaming feels like.
Do you say that having played no modern games in ages?
I am here to do the walking. I am
just
here with
carry
this
on.
guy to walk from one place to another.
Just carry on playing Tony Hawk and FIFA then, that have got no narrative whatsoever.
Do you know what's good about that?
I think he's alright with that.
Yeah, do you know what's good about that?
What?
When I pick up the controller, I get to do things with all of those buttons. I don't know what they are, but I get to do things with all of them. Not just walk forward.
Most of the time I watch you play Tony Hawk, it's just you fucking breaking his fucking neck off the edge of a
I'm
ramp.
not very good at it.
I mean, I love you, I really do, and I don't want to like piss on your cornflakes here, but no, you don't seem to be very good at Tony Hawk. You're good at FIFA, but I don't think you're very good at Tony Hawk.
No, I'm not great at Tony Hawk.
I feel really sorry for that chap.
I got a really good score the other day on Tony Hawk. Like, a really good score. Right? And then I thought, that's a pretty fucking good score, that. I wonder what the record score is on Tony Hawk. I looked and went, well, fucking hell.
And then next go around, did you pitch him off a handrail and fucking twist his body into a weird unnatural angle?
My guy dies several times a game. Yeah, Death Stranding. I mean, I still don't even know what the first one's really about.
No. It looks really boring. And that's from me. And I like games
So-
with stories.
I started, and I've bounced off Death Stranding a couple of times. I started playing it again today, and I'm 3 hours in, and to Mark's point, 3 hours in, I've probably been doing stuff with the controller for maybe half an hour, 40 minutes.
That is insane.
Yeah, that is bad. Yeah.
I think I don't get me wrong. I think it's loosening up now, but it is bonkers. I don't even know where to start. It was like Donna came down earlier on, and she was like, "Are you watching a film?" I was like, "Oh no, playing a game." I'm walking with my dead mum's corpse on my back, who happens to be the ex-president of the United States, and I have to drop her off at an incinerator before she explodes. Which was true.
Fair.
Yeah. But hey, look, Death Stranding 2. George Miller's in it for some reason.
Yeah, I saw that. It's looking wild.
Guillermo del Toro, or his likeness anyway, has been a major part of these opening few hours of Death Stranding for me. I'll tell you what though, I think I'm actually vibing it with it this time. And I think that trailer for Death Stranding 2 helped because it just looks bonkers, and I'm up for that. So if I got to do some walking about and whatnot in order to get to some bonkers stuff, maybe I'm good for it. We'll see. We know what I'm like with games.
Well, keeping the game chat, Tony Hawk 3 and 4 remakes have been announced.
It's very exciting.
Yep. Never played Tony Hawk's 3 and 4. Never played them. 2 was where I kind of that was it.
I
3.
didn't know there was numerous ones.
It's like, no.
Oh man, yeah. 3 is literally one of the best reviewed games of all time.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people are getting very snippy about the fact that in 4 they've removed the career mode, and so now people are going, "Which not a remake of the game?" And it's like, right, when we say remake, we basically mean we've rebuilt the tracks and the game system.
When we say remake, we basically mean we're cashing in on the fact that you liked this game
Yeah.
by making it
Look,
completely different.
I have a
same
feeling
name.
there's going to be a open world park element to these games soon, where you'll start being able to buy, in similar way to Fortnite and I'm assuming other games, you'll start to be able to buy skins for them.
I mean, I'm probably going to pay the extra £20 so that I can play as the Doomslayer.
You see, the thing is, if you come out with certain fucking skins for it, I would be like, do you know what? Yeah, I am going to pay $7.99 to be Beavis.
Mark, how much would you pay for a Jurgen Klopp skin?
Probably about £20.
Yeah, because I think I'd pay a tenner.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just certain things out where I'd be like, yeah, go on then. If you gave me Christian Slater's character from Gleaming the Cube and were like, it's a tenner, I'd be like, yeah, go on then.
I could see them doing that though, because I mean, they're owned by Microsoft. Microsoft own Call of Duty. They just added Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Call of Duty. You could just play as Splinter.
Yeah.
You got to pay £20, but you could.
Yeah, I have a feeling that with them having those 2 extra, essentially, characters in the Doomslayer from Doom, and there's another guy from, I'm assuming, something else that I don't know about, as characters, I was a bit like, what? Why are they characters? And then it just made me think, do you know why? Because they're testing the water, and they're just going to start introducing more and more characters.
Cross marketing as well, mate. There's a new Doom out in May.
Yeah, Doom. It's
the Dark Ages.
The Dark is like a medieval Doom, but it's still Doom.
Yeah. Oh God.
I saw a trailer for it the other day. And was like, looked at it and went, I thought that looks like a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
Like,
Doom and Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are both very, very good video games.
yeah, I did see the Doom Dark Ages and go, yeah, that just looks like I don't know why I'm pressing all these buttons, but I'm having so much fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right.
Film.
I was gonna say that's enough video game chat, but just very quickly, Becky, thoughts on Zach Gregor confirmed to be doing the Resident Evil film?
I haven't seen this. What's that? Sorry.
Oh, Zach Gregor, director of Barbarian, confirmed as the director of the next Resident Evil.
Yeah, fair.
That's like a new. It's like a new full reboot, isn't
It
Oh, that one. I did see. We had a conversation about this whole reboot situation, didn't we? A bit back. About like it feels like they've just rebooted it with Raccoon City, and now they're rebooting it again. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, if they try and go more game accurate with stuff, then rather than the Mila Jovovich ones, then there's space there to make a bunch of movies.
I think the fact that he's doing it, and the fact there was actually a bizarre bidding war, and I say bizarre because Sony won it, and it's being made by PlayStation Productions, and it was like, how were Sony not going to do it if it was being made by PlayStation Productions? But regardless, the fact they got him, where he's pretty hot shit at the moment, and like that, I think that's interesting. That feels like they're really, really going to actually take this one seriously, because Welcome to Raccoon City, I enjoyed it, but it kind of felt a bit B-level in terms of like the marketing effort and whatnot.
Yeah, it felt like they accidentally made a good movie whilst they were making a movie to just keep the licensing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dump. Yeah.
And it was just pure accident that it happened to be quite entertaining.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Trailers. What have we got? I don't know.
A24 released a Thunderbolts trailer.
Good on the trailer editor for that.
I watched
funny.
it. I just went. I told my mates, like, are they basically marketing this as an A24 movie? Because I should hate that, but I actually really like it. Well played.
I mean, from the what was it? From the cinematographer of The Green Knight and the editor of Minari.
Yeah.
Great. Well done.
Yep. I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts. Like, I'm feeling that I think they're more confident about Thunderbolts than they have been about the last 3 or 4 movies they've had.
Do you think? I think the marketing on this just keeps lurching from one direction to another, and it just seems like they're going, well, fuck, that didn't work for that movie. Oh, God, and that didn't work for that movie. So let's try just all of it. Let's just throw everything at the fucking wall.
Which I kind of like. I get the feeling like they're going, we've got something, but we need to make it feel not like Marvel.
Yeah. But if you get in there and it is just Marvel, like it has been for the last few years, then I suppose all we need to do initially is get bums on seats, though, isn't it? People in the cinema to actually see it.
I just feel like this is a bit of a black sheep, and they're just testing shit out, as you guys say. You know, like Fantastic Four, it kind of feels like already it's quite reverential, and you know they had that special bloody event for the trailer where they had them all come along, and Pedro Pascal was like, "Well, why am I getting asked more than one question?" And you know, like they got that for that, and then with this, it's like some trailer editor probably just had an idea. It was like, I've just done this. Just see what you think.
Oh, yeah, or like he's just sent it around on internal comms and gone, out bored this weekend. Was round at the missus' parents' house, made this, and they've gone, we're releasing that. He's gone, what? He's gone, Craig, we're releasing that.
Yeah. Good. I'm looking forward to this. I'll be watching it in very, very jet lagged when I come back from Japan.
I think that might be the right way to watch it.
It could well be, actually.
Gunslingers.
Oh, God.
Have you watched this?
Yeah. The Nicolas Cage one.
Yeah.
He's run up another tax bill then.
I don't know anymore.
I don't understand why he looks like he's in like a Wild Wild West style western, and everyone else looks like they're in real westerns.
Because he's wandered round, what is it, the costume and gone, no, this one, this is the one, and everybody wait for my voice. Why does it look like it was shot on a handicap?
I think it looks quite fun.
Oh, it looks fun.
It looks fun enough, but yeah. It's odd that he's in this.
And it doesn't seem like he's going to be in it that much.
It looks better at least than mob comedy, money laundering the movie.
Oh, my God, yeah.
What's that?
So we watched a trailer for a film. I doubt you'll have watched this trailer. Called Mob Cops.
Nope.
Right. Right. And genuinely, me and Beck get to look at each other going, I keep waiting for like there to be a moment where it's revealed that this is like a parody piss take. But it's not.
Doesn't seem to be, no.
It doesn't seem to be. But it just screams money was laundered, and none of these people know that the money that they were there because money is being laundered. There's one guy in the next that he just, I don't know who he is, but he genuinely looks like at some point he's about to say something that makes it revealed that this is a piss take.
Oh, his face is just giving comedy performance.
It is. It's such a bizarre trailer that I am now compelled to watch the movie.
He looks like a bit of a Matt Berry off Wish, doesn't he?
It does have a Matt Berry vibe to him. It just looks bonkers.
Not in a good way.
No.
Mob Cops.
Mob Cops, it's called. It has.
I mean, it's got David Arquette in it.
It's got David Arquette in it.
Which also adds to the comedy potential.
Yeah, you still keep thinking he's going to say something funny. But it looks like every single. I mean, I'm looking now on IMDb, and it doesn't even appear to have a director listed.
No, it does. Danny A. Abacasa.
Where? Oh, right, on here it doesn't, does it?
Oh, that's weird. It doesn't phone.
I mean, that's not a real person.
Danny A. Abacasa.
Yeah, it's not a real name.
I mean, no, it doesn't seem to be. Let's see if he's directed anything else. Okay. Inside Man? Not that one.
Not that one.
Nothing you would know.
None of those movies exist.
No.
So we watched that. Yeah. What else did we watch? I'm getting very done with watching final trailers for movies that I've already watched 5 trailers for.
Sacramento.
So we watched Sacramento trailer, didn't we?
Yes.
A real pain that I want to watch.
Which is weird because you hate Michael Cera.
I do, yeah. I'm starting to soften on him a little bit.
Is it because he's grown up a little bit and he seems a little bit more normal in things? He's not playing up to his like whatever weird persona he was trying to craft for a minute there.
Yeah. Did you catch this one, Ian?
No.
Yeah. It's Michael Cera and what's the guy's name? Sacramento film.
Michael Angiorano?
Yeah, that guy. And Kristen Stewart's in it as well. But it basically looks very similar to the plot of A Real Pain, but just more like what would actually happen.
Kristen Stewart and Michael Cera being married in it's a strange one to me. Really punching there, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes. Do we have any more trailers?
Fucking surely. I'm just having a look now.
Oh, did we do The Surfer last time round?
I didn't even see that. I completely forgot. That's
It looks bonkers.
Is that Cage as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
okay.
looks wild. So it's a guy who has been surfing all his life comes back to his original break that got him into surfing, and so he brings his kid to come surfing with him at this place. He's bought a house back there that backs onto the beach that he grew up around, and it's that. But this gang of hoodlum surfers run that plot and tell him he's not allowed to surf it, but he still surfs it anyway. And then just violence happens and things happen. They seem to steal his surfboard, and he gets very angry about it. And it just, I was watching it going, this is melodrama of the highest order, and I am totally in for it. Looks great. Looks bonkers.
Yeah.
But good bonkers.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's got Nicolas Cage in it, so I'll at least give it a go, regardless of what it looks like.
Yeah, I genuinely think it looks really. It looks quite interesting.
Nice.
I don't think I do have anything more. Fair play.
But a lot of other trailers, like a Novocaine final trailer. I think if I watch another Novocaine trailer, I'll have seen the movie. Again,
It's gone from watching, hearing the concept and watching the teaser and being fairly interested to, I just don't give a fuck now until I actually watch it.
Yeah, and again, there's a new Minecraft trailer, but I feel like I've seen enough Minecraft trailers as well. So, yeah, right. Let me get it up. Let me get it going. What does IMDb say about Mickey 17? So, great. IMDb just searched Mickey 1 rather than Mickey 17. There we go. Mickey 17, known as an expendable, goes on a dangerous journey to colonise an ice planet.
Is that really what IMDb says?
That is what IMDb says.
Great stuff. Well done, IMDb.
Written and directed by Bong Joon-ho, stars Robert Pattinson, Naomi Aki, Stephen Ewan, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, and other people are there. Yeah, Ian, Mickey 17. What did you reckon?
I enjoyed my time with it. I'm glad it exists, and I'm sure they all had a good time. Absolutely does the South Korean thing of being 20 minutes longer than it has any right being. There are characters in it who do not have to be in it. Like Stephen Ewan. What was the point? Apart from they need a reason to get Mickey up there.
But
and
it's his fault.
Yeah. But even though, the whole, he always just seems to get out of situations running bit with Stephen Ewan was alright. But, yeah. I'm intrigued to see what you guys think. I just, by the end, when it did that, last 10 minutes, and it's that dream sequence, I'll say, with Toni Collette, I was just a bit I would love to be not here now. But I had a good time with it. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Bex, what did you think?
It's a really difficult one. I really enjoyed it while I was in it. It didn't feel too long to me. It felt I was engaged throughout the runtime, whereas like films only feel too long to me if I'm like looking at my watch and like thinking fucking hell, how long we got left, which I wasn't during this, so I was fine with that. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, but I do feel like it's a bit of an Yorkshire for me in that I liked it while I was watching it. I'll never watch it again.
All right.
And it just feels a little bit, and it's not throwaway because it's making points and stuff like that, but it is quite heavy-handed with the points that it's making. That being said, I really enjoyed it while I was in it. I just don't think it's one that I'll return to.
But that's the thing. There are sequences and there are scenes that I liked and I vibed with, but just as a whole, insubstantial was what I was thinking, Bex. And like you said, you know, like it feels like it's making points, but also I can't help but think they're pretty fucking low level.
Yeah,
okay.
Points that you're like, well, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Colonising places and subjugating the fucking existing population is bad. Yeah, and what else you got?
And here's Space Trump.
Yeah. It just feels like it's a movie that's capitalising on... Like, Robert Pattinson's a great actor. He's clearly decided that he just wants to do fun things where he does funny voices now. That's great. Ruffalo, same. Let's capitalise on the fact that he seems to be wanting to make fun of himself now. And let's make it look fucking zany.
The wild thing, though, is... I'm going to say this to you, Bex, that Robert Pattinson based the voice of Mickey 17 on Steve Buscemi from Fargo. Right? Which when I knew that, do you want to know why he based it on Steve Buscemi's character from Fargo?
Go on.
And this is true because it comes from Bon Joon-ho. Said that the creature in The Host was based on Steve Buscemi's character from Fargo.
What?
Not like what is it? But the mannerisms that the creature had were based around that, and they based the head fucking creeper thing.
Yeah.
The idea that you had for that was Marlon Brando in the opening scene of The Godfather. So not like the look or anything like that, but the way that he doesn't really say a lot, and he's like threatening, but gives very sort of succinct answers, and he wanted that kind of vibe from it. But apparently, it's because during conversations about it, Bong Joon-ho and now let it known to Robert Pattinson that from The Host and stuff like that, and that's why he did the voice. And then because I knew that going in, the voice thing, I was like, holy shit, he does sound like Steve Buscemi from Fargo. But again, that does feed into the fact that it does seem like there's a lot of people having a good amount of fun with what they're doing in this.
Yeah, which I love, and you can kind of feel that coming through.
Yeah.
I just don't know whether I need to be witness to a 2 and a bit hour inside joke again that I'm not in on.
It is wild that Warner Brothers gave over $100 million to make this. I get it's Bong Joon-ho. He just won an Oscar. Look at the cast we've got attached.
Yeah,
but it is some real how. I mean, apparently, I was reading. I think in Deadline that he originally thought they could make a franchise out of this. What?
Bong Joon-ho isn't going to direct a franchise for you. But I really enjoyed it. I agree with Ian. Actually, I said to you when we came out, didn't I, Bex? That it feels it is the most South Korean English language, but made by a South Korean filmmaker. It's the most South Korean feeling film
The score
Yeah.
is the most South Korean sounding score I've ever heard in a Hollywood film.
Yeah, and I like that, and just the whole fucking weird vibe of it. The fact that you've got a villain who is just obsessed with sauces for no reason whatsoever. You just think, I don't know what's going on.
That bit where she chops his fucking tail off is horrible.
But-
like, I said to you, though, didn't I, when we came out, like, he really does have a talent for making you feel very, very fiercely protective of ugly, fictional fucking creatures.
Oh, they're horrible. But
Yeah.
but you can get he is such a good filmmaker at making these deeply black comedies, but that have, like you say, a very broad message that he isn't trying to ram down your throat, but he's going, look, it's here, but also fucking Steve Buscemi voice Robert Pattinson stood next to Johnny Knoxville voice Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
It's
The thing is, like, if I happened upon it, or if you really wanted to, like, watch it again, and we watched it again at some point in the future, I bet I'd enjoy it just as much, but I would never seek it out to watch again, I don't think.
well, the thing is,
In the same way that I haven't sought out Yorkshire to watch again, but I enjoyed that at the time. It's just, I don't enjoy the animal cruelty element things.
No, the animal cruelty does bother me. I enjoyed... See, I enjoyed Archer. I really liked it on rewatch. And Archer gets better every time I watch it. And I think a lot of that is you get to see Gyllenhaal's performance just get better and better and better. But then I agree with you, Bex, in saying that it is quite flimsy. But I was vibing with it.
It's a fair amount of Robert Pattinson with his shirt off as well, which is always good.
Yeah. I thought the Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette characters were a little bit too far.
They were too much, yeah. Yeah.
But I like the fact that he just kept that Ruffalo's character just kept on changing to whatever fancy he had at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But again, that's a very obvious kind of caricature, isn't it? It's like there's no subtlety to it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with the actual film itself, but I feel like I would have felt better if it cost less. I don't know, it probably could have, don't get me wrong, it looks expensive, but what the story actually is, just to finish my point, this film is not going to make its money back, and it's going to make studios more gun shy about. I mean, Warner's are going to have a fascinating year because they've got this, they've got Sinners, and they've got Paul Thomas Anderson's new film, and there's a good chance none of them make their money back. And I kind of feel like, could we not just be a little bit more responsible with the money, and then I'd feel better. Anyway, there you go.
Well, the thing I think is, I still think that Bong Joon-ho would have made this movie anyway, but he'd have probably found a way to make it for half the price. And what he would have done to make it half the price is you wouldn't have had Mark Ruffalo, you wouldn't have had Robert Pattinson, and he'd probably still have Final Cut. It'd probably still look really good, but it would have a different.
I don't know. I think he maybe still
tune
would
to it.
have Robert Pattinson, because I feel like he's just wandering around working with people he wants to work with and doing shit that he finds fun.
But the thing is, I agree to a point with you there, but he doesn't do mid to low budget stuff. He isn't cropping up in like.
No.
He isn't doing like Timothée Chalamet and cropping up in movies that cost $16 million. He tends to stick to quite big budget stuff.
Yeah. Fair.
Out there, he doesn't make a lot either. He doesn't. He doesn't actually see. He seems to enjoy like being an actor. I just don't think he's not one of those ones who goes, I want to go from one fucking set to the next.
No.
I think he's like, I want to go from that set to just having like 6-7 months off.
Mm.
And then I'll go and do like the whole the Batman thing. It's kind of like he's almost like, do I have to do Batman again?
Yeah, but
no, but give us the money back. Oh, fine. Fine.
I really want to, because we started a rewatch of that, didn't we? And I really do want to finish it.
I think we started to watch it too late, didn't we?
Yeah, but I don't know where I'm at on his emo Batman.
I really liked the Batman, but we do need to finish our rewatch of it. The thing is, it's definitely a film of moments. This movie, there's really good moments, and then there's bits the way you go. There's a lot of fat you can trim.
Yeah, but I didn't resent my time with it.
No, I didn't.
Like I say, that woman who's kind of into him, and proposes that you take 18, I'll take 17. That comes to nothing.
Yeah.
Stephen Ewan, like I say, doesn't really add an awful lot at all. That honestly, that last 10 minutes, I was just like, this could just be over. This isn't doing anything.
Oh God, you mentioning hers just reminded me of the bit where they shoot the fuck out of the little creeper baby in front of that stone. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Legitimately horrible.
It is. But Bong Joon-ho's very good at that.
Yeah.
He's very good at going. There's a lot of blinky plonky bits going on, then going, oh, there's this.
Yeah.
And you're going, oh, and you're going, yeah, you're watching that, yeah. All right, let's go back to the plinky plonky bit. You're gonna remember that bit there.
The bit where they nearly dropped the other baby down the hole as well.
Ooh.
Everyone in the cinema was like,
apart from that one guy
who was asleep. Yeah, he was snoring.
The one guy who properly just fell asleep.
Row ahead of us, like half a row across, wasn't he?
Yeah, he fell asleep well early. Though he was clearly tired.
You could hear his breathing change, and it was like, oh, he's having a lovely time, and then he started snoring, and then it was like, maybe too lovely a time.
Yeah, I like to say, I'm glad it exists, and it does seem like people are having fun, and it is fun seeing a very South Korean film, but with Hollywood stars and production value. Yeah. It just I just feel like this film existing also means that studio heads are maybe going to be a little bit more gun shy about doing this again. You know, I mean, next year is going to be fascinating as well. Like, the Daniels have got a film with Universal, and nobody knows what it's about, but it's like a big budget summer film. And how's that going to go? How's Jordan Peele's new one going to go?
But then, I could see Sinners doing quite well, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that, like I say, only, but relative terms, that only cost 90 million as well.
Yeah, and I could see if that lands well, then that could, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's going to end up making $1 billion fucking dollars, but it could definitely wash its face quite clean.
Yeah, no, exactly. But
Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't make money from movies. He just doesn't.
But I mean, again, it's like $140 million that thing cost, apparently. I get DiCaprio's in it, but really,
DiCaprio is the bit that ends up can make directors make money.
Yeah, there's just a really big budget.
It's a really big budget. Like Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't need $140 million to make a great movie, but fuck it, somebody's giving him it, so fucking why not?
But hey, anyway, look, definitely not shit. Mickey 17, it's fun.
Definite shit. What I will say is, I think it will surprise nobody that I will absolutely watch this again.
Yeah.
But I do rewatch movies, so. Audience poll: 75% definitely not shit, 25% shit.
I could see it.
Yeah, I can absolutely see why people wouldn't get on with it. I think it's. I think if you're not familiar with Bong Joon-ho's filmography, then beyond like some of the obvious ones, I think you could end up going, oh.
If you're coming from a place of I really enjoyed Parasite, yeah.
The thing is, one thing I will say is, I was thinking about Parasite after we watched this. I was thinking about Parasite earlier today, and I liked Parasite. I thought it was very good. I thought it was maybe got a little bit too much. The more I sit on Parasite, the more I lean towards the maybe it is a bit better than I am thinking it is, because it is really fucking good.
I think
we've seen it in the cinema twice.
Yeah, hype can be really off-putting though. So, like,
I
it
think
does
that's
make you
it.
kind of dislike something that you initially like, because it's like, oh, come on, fuck off.
But do you know what the weird thing is? Parasite in my brain now is the black and white version,
Yeah, fair.
not the colour version.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is just weird. Actually, we see it 3 times. Because didn't we go and see it in IMAX as well? Or was it the black and white that we went to see in IMAX?
It might have been the black and white.
Yeah. But yeah, Mickey 17, yeah, definitely not shit. Right. Bex, what have you been watching, mate? Go to you, because I've chatted.
Because it's going to be short.
Ian chatted. He's driving and surviving. What have you been watching?
I've been a bad podcast host again this week.
Have you?
I've watched a film.
What have you been up to?
I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil 7 and 8.
Fair.
Until, like, honestly, like 2:30 in the morning every day.
Yep.
I don't really know how I'm still functioning.
No.
But I've finished it now.
8?
Yeah.
7 and 8?
Yeah.
So is there a 9?
No.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. I'm really sad. I feel really lost.
I think
There is no 5, Mark. It's one of the weird combat heavy ones that came after 4. They've not remade it yet.
9's coming. Like,
I know,
there's.
but it's going to be fucking ages, isn't it?
I don't know.
Announced it.
Yeah, but like, there's a lot of circumspectness with video game releases at the moment because everybody's running scared of GTA 6.
Yeah.
But aside from apparently coming out this year, there's nothing more than that. So it kind of feels like once there's something confirmed on that, you'll start hearing about other things as well. I Resident Evil 9 within the next 12 months, I'd say, is likely.
I really hope so. Did you play 8 through, Ian?
No.
Did you play 7 all the way through?
I haven't played 7 all the way through, no.
Okay, so 7.
Remember, I'm a scaredy cat.
You are a bit of a scaredy cat. And I love that about you.
But I am, yes.
But yeah, 7's basically... I mean, it's not rooted in reality. It's just not.
Don't think any of them are.
Well, no, but like... Yeah, no, kind of like the early ones kind of are like... They're bioweapons created by things. Like, so... Like, you could kind of... Whereas this one's got like... Just some real... 8's got some real weird shit going on. Like, there's a giant fucking vampire lady. I mean... And then there's a weird fish man.
What about the big baby? I've seen some YouTube clips of that.
Oh, the big baby. Yeah.
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 That's good stuff.
It's chasing you around the doll lady's house. That's fun. It's terrifying, actually, is that bit. A lot of it's quite terrifying. You just are like, ah! Run! Just run! Propeller face man. He's also quite scary.
Nice.
The giant fish, the giant fish man. He's quite scary.
He's a giant fish.
Well, he's like Moreau, who's one of the four bosses. Essentially.
Oh, of course, yes, I'll know that.
The fish man. You were downstairs when I was showing you the fish man the other day. The man that's like... Blah, 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 blah.
Was that when you said, I need to show this giant fish man, and I was literally asleep going, can I just not go to bed?
No, that was the giant vampire lady. I thought you'd enjoy the vampire lady.
Right.
But then I sent you a picture later, didn't I, saying she thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she's thick.
She's thick, yeah.
No, so Moreau is like a mutated gross dude. Blah, 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 blah. And then, but then...
Like Taz?
yeah, basically, there's a lot of slobbering going on, and like he's got like a hunchback, and like he's all like mouldy. Well, he's made out of mould essentially, but like then anyway, but then when he changes form, because they can all kind of change form into the form that you eventually fight, he becomes a giant fish and tries to eat you. Alcina becomes like, she's the giant vampire lady. She becomes like a dragony kind of lady.
See what it makes it look like is you playing basketball.
Bouncing the ball.
Yeah.
I was flapping my wings. And then Heisenberg turns into like a big machiney man.
Very good.
Donna doesn't really turn into anything.
Donna!
Yeah. Donna Beneviento.
Fucking hell.
You just have to kill her like possessed doll.
Cool. Nobody ever.
But do you know what I really enjoy about playing these kind of games until 2:30 in the morning? Like the lines between reality and the game blur. So then like I was going into work and what did you do last night? Oh, killed a giant fish man. What? Like it's real. And it's good.
No wonder the fucking cat comes up.
Yeah, he does.
Stairs.
Gives up on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a really fucking great game. But it is like a bit more. It's a bit after. It's definitely a bit of a change in direction, I guess. But then you do play the same character that you play in 7.
Brilliant. Ethan.
Yeah,
Yes,
well done.
fucking it.
But then your wife's not really your wife. Your wife's been, you know, the wife that you try to save in number 7.
Yeah.
That you're living with at the start of number 8, and then she gets shot to shit by Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really her. And your baby gets kidnapped, but she's really a vessel.
This just sounds fucking wild.
And then, at the very end, right? Spoiler alert. For a game on a film podcast. Apologies.
A lot of game chat on this one.
There hasn't there. At the end, so Ian, are you ever going to play this? Is this going to ruin it for you?
I mean, I might at one point, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Go ahead.
Okay, so at the end, it turns out that Ethan actually died in 7. Jack Baker, when he welcome to the family, son, actually kills Ethan. And the Megamycete mould brings him back, so he's just mould throughout the whole of the rest of 7 and 8.
Mr. Mold.
Is that why he can get his hand chopped off and he's all right?
Yeah, he just holds it in place and puts a energy drink on it, and he's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So Ethan, when they destroy the Megamycete at the end of 8, him and Chris Redfield, obviously, it also kills Ethan because he is created of the mould, and when that consciousness dies, so does he. So Rose, who's the baby who you're trying to save throughout it, which is quite weird as like a person who hates children to be having to play this. I there's points at this game where I'm like, this seems really hard, and I don't care about babies. Can I just go home? Babies can fuck off, you know. Mother Mildred. What the fuck is her actual name? It's not Mildred. God, I've gone blank. No, honestly, I am sleep deprived. She can have it. just have it. I don't care. But yeah, so your baby that you try to save throughout it survives because Ethan, the mould man, saves it and goes off to live with Mia, who actually was kept alive by Mother Mildred. Whilst she was pretending to be her to infiltrate Ethan's house and steal the baby. So they go off together and like live, and then the game finishes with Rose, who's the baby but now grown up, visiting her father's grave, and then like one of like Chris Redfield's like agents comes and it's like, come on Rose, we need to get back to the compound, and it's like, the father's story is over now ... So evidently number 9 that we haven't got yet is about what Rose is fucking doing, and I just want it.
Have you not played the DLC that's like you play as her?
No, I don't really mess with DLC.
I can't. I mean, you've played the Resident Evil games. You play them relatively regularly. There is new content.
Yeah.
that you can play for 7 and 8.
I know, the 7 one sounds quite good as well, because it there's one for 7 apparently that actually shows that Zoe, who you sacrifice to save Mia, doesn't die.
Yeah.
I feel like you're playing yourself, not playing these.
I know, it's just getting round to it, innit? I forget that it exists until I play it and watch to the end, and then I'm like, oh, that's a thing I could play.
I bet the DLC's pretty cheap now as well.
Yeah, have a look now. What's it called?
Resident Evil Village.
No, Resident Evil 7.
That's
That's
the
fine,
Village
that
is 8.
Welcome to the Family Zone. That's that one. The one that Ian got scared when he was hiding behind a box from Marguerite.
I'm going to have a look at this additional content for you later and see.
Okay.
I think the DLC is called Shadows of Rose.
First.
That's the Village one.
Okay. And
Yeah.
like what's very clever is obviously they do the VILL of Village as Roman numerals, so it's also like 8.
Very good.
It's very good. Very clever.
That's good.
Mother Miranda.
Have you actually watched anything?
Oh yes, so I panicked today about the fact that I hadn't watched anything and decided that a really good contender for that would be to rewatch Misery.
Of course.
Annie Wilkes is fucking terrifying.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
she
think the
is.
best villain in cinema.
Maybe not.
She's fucking scary. You wouldn't want to be living in her house.
No, I won't.
No, it's fair.
But I don't think she'd like my stories as much.
No, probably not, no. Stories about Cooper's adventures.
Yeah.
And how you stood up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're such a great writer. I'm not, mate. I'm just not.
Oh, that the bit, like, the bit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. But there's quite a lot of bits that are grim.
Have you watched anything else?
No.
No, nothing.
No.
All right, cool. Well, I'll do mine then. I've watched a few. Should we do what we watched together?
We've started a lot, but we've not finished. That's my issue.
We watched Escape from New York, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. It's Escape from New York. It's a fucking corker.
Do you know what's quite interesting though?
How fucking good Escape from New York.
Well, yes, but Escape from New York's a film that we always come back and watch after we've been out for a few drinks and we both end up falling asleep.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely fucking years since I've watched the end of this movie. And it was like, oh really? That's how it ends? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it was a revelation. Because we just watched it as a Saturday night movie instead of a post-pint movie, didn't we?
Yep. Banger of it.
Just a massive fan of like Donald Pleasance, like killing Isaac Hayes at the end, going, "Hey, number one!" Hey,
He's properly enjoying it, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he nearly fucking kills Snape Plissken to do it as well. Like, he didn't even need to do that.
No. Yeah, he could have left the thing running, couldn't he?
Just a massive prick. And then, of course, off the back of that, we watched Escape from LA.
Obviously.
Yep.
I mean, it is the lesser of the two movies.
Yes,
it's
by a
still
distance.
very good.
It is, yeah. It is. It's
But you
very
watched
fun.
the first one, because I said to you afterwards, Kurt Russell was actually quite fit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then you watch the second one, you're like, oh no, it's gone now.
I don't think it's quite gone, but it's not as there as it was 10 years before.
Tits are a bit saggier than they were in the first one. The tattoo's completely different.
The title's completely different.
The man, the myth, the legends.
But I love John Carpenter's reasoning for that. Of first of all, we're hearing these as fables. So if something feels a little bit different, it's because the person telling you the story is a different.
That's
a
right.
different
Wizards
person.
did it, though, innit?
So that's why it's different.
Wizards
That's
did
why
it.
you hear a lot of "I thought you'd be taller" and bits like that. But then the other reason he gives is, do you think we really give that much of a shit that we would look back and go, well, it's not quite as dark in that bit. Stop. No one cares.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that it's filled in, whereas in the first one, it's just a fucking outline.
Well, he could have got it filled in the time being,
Oh, he
couldn't
could,
he?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the one really fucking troubling bit was when one of the assistants to Bruce Campbell's Surgeon General, for what is it, turned around and we looked at it and just went, that looks like some people look now.
Yeah. What was freakish back in 1996?
Yeah,
it's like over surgery just looks like your average Instagram influencer.
Yeah, that just looks like people now.
Yeah.
And I am not over exaggerating on that. It is wild.
No.
I mean, I love the fact that Escape from LA is let's throw everything at this wall.
Yeah.
And then when the bits that haven't stuck, we're going to scoop them up.
Throw them again.
Go back again, put them in the balls again, fucking throw them again.
You wouldn't get away with calling a trans character Hershey in a film nowadays, though, would you? That's not great.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's all we got. Right. All right. Fucking strap in, people. Strap in, because I've watched some films. Not even like that many films. Do you want to go in, or drop me to just barrel in?
Don't you go ahead.
Right. Okay. So, there's a bit of a story to that one, so I'll come to that one later. I rewatched Cuffs because it's Cuffs, and we mentioned it last episode, because I mentioned about it being one of the greatest trailers ever. And yeah, so it made me rewatch Cuffs, which is fucking brilliant because it's Cuffs. It's when you go back and rewatch this now, it's quite fun in the sense that there's a lot of fourth wall breaking in Cuffs, where you have the character literally reacting to things that have happened on screen by looking at the character and going, "You see this, right?" Or actually directly talking to the camera. And it's like, I mean, fourth wall breaking is not new or anything like that, but you do look at it and go, I mean, the Deadpool movies owe a lot to this movie for just how this is executed. But then you've got bits like, there's a great bit in it where his character is tied to a chair and gagged, and he's talking and it's just bringing up the subtitles for what he's saying. Oh, there's a bit where two people are in an argument and it keeps on bleeping out all of the swear words, but it's constantly missing them. Like, they've just gone, let's just do this but badly.
What do you say missing them?
Like,
how do you mean, sorry?
Like, it's different, they have different sound effects to bleep out the F-bombs, but it doesn't actually ever quite get it on the fuck. So you still hear that they're saying fuck, but they'll go fuck, and it'll go bleep. And it's really obvious within it. And then the last one, he just turned on and goes, fuck you. And
nice.
There's been like swearing in it earlier, so it's not like it's not supposed to be there. But it's just a terrifically entertaining movie, and it is Christian Slater just being just very charismatic throughout it and taking you through it and just getting into all these like different scripts. And you've got Bex isn't here right now because she's nipped to grab a drink, but you've got Leon Rippey playing Kane, which she said about what's the name from Misery is one of the great bad guys. Kane from Cuffs is genuinely one of the greatest bad guys. There's a whole running thing about the fact that he dresses batshit, and Christian Slater's character keeps asking him where he gets his clothes from. But also as well, there's a scene where this guy robs a store, and he's wearing a mask to rob the store, but he has a t-shirt with his own face on it. And
nice.
in the picture, the t-shirt with his own face, he's wearing the shirt with his own face on it. And it's just, genuinely one of the great villains. He's such a fucking dick. But yet Cuffs is just tremendously entertaining. It's on Prime at the moment in the UK, and I assume, based on no knowledge of how Prime works in the US, that it's on Prime there as well. I also watched Gleaming in the Cube, because that's on Prime as well. And I've been playing a bit of, off the back of that Tony Hawk documentary that I watched a couple of weeks back. I've been playing a bit of Pro Skater. And then because I've been playing skate stuff, the world knows, so Amazon Prime kept going, hey, Gleaming the Cube, mate, Gleaming the Cube. So, yeah, so I watched Gleaming the Cube, because it's great, because it's like it's a YA kind of noir, but with skateboarders. Yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm having a sip of Pepsi Max, which is actually Pepsi Max Cherry, and I keep forgetting it, having a big swig and then getting hit by the fact that it's cherry.
Oh my god!
It's good, that.
Right, okay, I've got 3 more. I'll do this one first. So, I So they're funny.
Yeah.
I watched a film called Solar Babies.
Mark gave me a really passionate fucking review of
What?
this the other day.
A film called Solar Babies.
Right.
Right? It's also called Solar Warriors or Solar Fighters.
What?
It's actually called Solar Babies because it actually references these characters as being solar babies and that they call themselves solar babies within the film. So let me set... Yep. So let me set the scene a little bit here, right?
Honestly, and be prepared, because he really... Yeah.
So it's in a bleak post-apocalyptic future where there is essentially no water on Earth. A little bit like Mad Max.
Okay.
And then everything is under control of the Eco Protectorate, right? Which is basically like the army. There are all of these orphanages because any kids are rounded up and sent to these different orphanages. And then essentially they're basically prisons where they have to do work in as they are raised, and they are sort of groomed to go then and work for the Eco Protectorate. Within that, you have these different factions that break out within the prison, these different gangs, and they play this game, which is a cross between rollerball and what fucking transphobe would then go on to call Quidditch in the fucking wizardy movies, right? It's basically that.
Have you seen Johnny McTeer's going to be in the TV reboot of that?
Very good. So, try to talk about Solar Babies here.
Sorry, babe.
Fucking bring it down with your fucking pot of shit. So, while they're having one of these games, a very young Lucas Haas finds this weird fucking glowing orb thing.
Like a golden snitch?
No, not like a golden snitch, better. But it turns out this thing's called Bodhi, and he's actually sentient and can do shit. And then that gets stolen by a guy with a fucking owl. And he goes off to find his tribe. So the Solar Babies, Daniel, which is Lucas Haas, which is the young kid of these Solar Babies, he runs off to go and find Bodhi, this orb thing. So the rest of the Solar Babies that are all like upper teens, Jason Patrick's one of them, and Jamie Getz is one of them.
I am listening. I've got my AirPods on, but I'm going to go pee because I feel like I'm not going to have to say anything for at least 10 minutes.
So they go off and they to try and find Daniel, little Lucas Haas, and then the fucking prison guard guy, he's fucking chasing him, and then he wants this orb thing. It's good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Wild.
You did seem to have a really good time.
It's bonkers. It's on Prime. It's made in 1986. Yeah. Weird. Just fucking weird. But I had a really good time with it. Apparently there is an episode of How Did This Get Made for it. Which I would actually quite like to actually listen to that, actually. Alright. Freefall, 1994's Eric Roberts movie, right? So, I remember watching Freefall and renting Freefall because I liked Eric Roberts in my youth. Still like him now. But I was a big Eric Roberts fan in my youth. Probably off the back of Best of the Best, because that's a banger. So I rented Freefall. I haven't seen it since the mid-90s. You can't get it anywhere. Like, it's virtually impossible to find. So, eventually, I managed to find a full version of it on YouTube, because someone's just stuck it up there. And clearly, nobody cares enough to... What is it?
Take it down.
So, just in another fucking weird plot, you've got Pamela Gidley, I think she's called. She's a photographer, right, who takes wildlife photos, and there's this falcon thing that she's going to take photos of that's never been photographed before. So she goes off to take this falcon, and she runs into Eric Roberts, who's a stuntman, and he just keeps jumping off things.
For some reason, I genuinely thought the next word out of your mouth there was going to be stud, not stuntman.
I mean, he's a stud in it as well.
Yeah. Not like what's his face though.
What?
Off of The Fog.
What handsome, rugged character actor Tom Atkins?
Yeah.
Not that much of a stud. No. He's anybody.
He's anybody.
Yeah. That guy looks at women and they go, "Let's fuck." But it ain't far off what happens here actually. Like at the start when she first meets Eric Roberts, and he's putting like no moves on her whatsoever, and she just goes, "I'm fiance," and he's like, "Very good." She's like, "So this can't happen," and he's like, "Never even mentioned anything happening, to be honest. You come and sat with me." "Well, I'm going to my room." He's like, "All right then." And then the next day, like she's finally got this falcon that's never been photographed, and she gets to it really fucking easy, right? But he chases it away, and she's like, "You bastard!" So he goes, "No, come with me. I'll fucking sort this out." So he goes, and he knows where the falcon is, right? Fucking knows where it is. So she gets this photo taken of this falcon. She's like, "Thank you, got this photo taken of this falcon, but I can't sleep with you because fucking I've got a fiance," and he's still there going, "I haven't even asked yet." And then there's like a 10-minute sex scene.
Okay.
In a lot of locations.
Like a sex scene montage.
It's like a montage, but it's like, wait, so you started boning there, then you started boning there, and you were bored, fair enough. And then she goes, "I shouldn't have done that." It's like, mate, you've done it
like a nomadic bone
several fucking times
Yeah.
over a long period of time. So let's not pretend like this was a spur of the moment thing.
So do you think, right, theoretically, do you think they broke off, changed location, then restarted?
No,
or do you think they finished?
I think they finished, yeah.
Moved to a different location, wanted to go again, finished, moved location.
If
you reckon they were like doing some practicing?
If
like,
Eric Roberts maintained his boner walking all the way back down those fucking cliffs,
maybe that's his kink.
It could well be, if it is, fair play to him. But then, like, some people then try to frame her for some murder or some shit like that.
Oh, no.
And then they have to go on the run, and then they have sex again. And then other things happen. It's just a lot of them having sex.
It's not the falcon that gets murdered, no?
No,
oh, that's
Falcon's fine, I think. I watched this movie. It's weird. Nothing happens apart from a lot of sex montages, and Eric Roberts occasionally jumps off cliffs.
I, from a distance, misread his character's name as Grant Onion.
It might be.
It's not. It's Grant Orion. Can you not see either?
Not.
You're a lot closer than me.
Yep.
You are also half blind.
So yeah, I watched that. It's not very good. Might be one of the early additions into money was laundered.
Okay, fair.
In that. I have actually watched a good film.
It's rare for you.
I've watched many good films. I watched Cuffs. Cuffs is great. So, I rewatched for the first time in quite a while.
A while?
Yeah. I watched There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to alarm people, and I don't want to, speak out of turn or anything. But There Will Be Blood is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
Like, it really fucking is. Like, I haven't watched There Will Be Blood for probably about I mean, it's getting on for 20 years. I would say it's been about somewhere between 10 and 12 years.
Only about 5 years old. What are you on about?
Since I last watched There Will Be Blood. And I am genuinely angry with myself that I haven't watched this at least once every year since it's been released. Like, I see that as something I should pay some form of penance for.
You have to watch it every 2 months.
I'd be fine with that. It is a staggeringly good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the fucking the character just getting just chewed up by just it's not even money. It's just the idea of he's won. It just getting chewed up by it, and him absolutely playing Paul Dano's Eli character throughout the entire thing. And even there's a moment, like the big moment is the bit in the church where he's shouting, "I've abandoned my boy," there, because Eli's telling him that's what he should say, and he's doing it. And there's a moment where he does actually, Day-Lewis's character does actually, you can see it that he actually means it. And then you've got Paul Dano's character slaps him across the face, and fucking Day-Lewis as character gives him this fucking look, and it's this look of, at that moment he's realised, I am going to kill this kid at some point. And not out of anger or vengeance, just out of I've decided that that's what I'm going to do. When I get chance, I am going to kill him. And then a second later, he just starts laughing because he realises this is all bullshit and I'm getting my own way through it. I've worked out the angle that I can play this now.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you get the gloriousness of him actually. He's won, and then he gets to do the bit where he gets to fucking kill him.
Nice.
And the odd thing is, you're okay with it. There is not really a single likeable character apart from his son in it.
Yeah.
But at the end, you get these two horrible people who basically have got to where they've got through by just greed and manipulation. And then just one fucking eats the other. I mean, Day-Lewis's performance is staggeringly good. But my God, genuinely, because you've not watched it well, you've always been a little bit lukewarm on it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've watched it once and I didn't like it.
Whereas I watched it literally just over a week ago, and I'm looking forward to rewatching it again with you because I think that you might change tack on it. Well,
Yeah.
I genuinely do, because I don't see how anyone couldn't.
As long as it doesn't turn into that one scene from Barbie. Where he's just explaining like the Godfather to her.
No, I'll just let you watch it. But yeah, it is. And the fact is as well, it's trucking on for 3 hours. It feels like it's a 90-minute movie.
Does it actually though?
Yeah, it does. It feels like it's a 90-minute movie.
Or is that just the Daniel Day-Lewis apologist in you?
Daniel Day-Lewis is incredible in this. Just deeply, this is like when people sort of fluff out and say, "Oh, it's one of the greatest performances of all time." It genuinely actually might be. He's on a different level.
I'm keen to watch it.
With it, there's just the way that he changes, but everything just eats away at him. But he's kind of all right with it. Staggeringly good movie. Which I know is news to nobody, but I do feel it a little bit like it's become one of those movies, like something like Seven or Goodfellas, that is just seen as, it's a great movie. Heat is another one of those. Oh, it's a great movie, but I don't think we actually appreciate how fucking great it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I will say is, fuck, my brain's gone dead for a second. No Country for Old Men is a very, very good movie. the fact that won Best Picture over this is mind blowing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Is that the one with
okay.
what's his chops and his bobbin?
yeah.
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 And that is a great movie and a deserved Best Picture winner. But
Maybe
this
I
is
liked There Will-
another level.
Hang on, no, maybe I liked There Will Be Blood and didn't like No Country for Old Men. Maybe I'm getting them muddled up. Or maybe I just didn't like either of them. Maybe I'm an idiot.
There might be on that one.
I really like computer games. That's where I'm at my sensibilities at the moment.
Ian, what have you been watching?
Yeah, I got a few. I'll try and bang through some of them. So did me a Tarantino double bill. Rewatched Django and Inglourious Bastards. And it's kind of wild that Christoph Waltz actually won an Oscar again for Django Unchained. Like, he's good in Django Unchained, but
I think he's
Hans
better in
Landa.
Django Unchained.
I think he's better in Django Unchained.
It just Landa as a character and like his arc and whatnot, I think is pretty fucking incredible. And I'm cool with Christoph Waltz having 2 Oscars. It's all good. And I actually overall I prefer Django to Inglourious Bastards. Brad Pitt's a bit of maybe a bit of a problem for me in Bastards.
You've always had that problem, haven't you?
Yeah,
Bex?
it's a bit of it's a caricature performance. It's not convincing as a real human.
Yeah. I think that's he's over-egging it at points.
And the fucking
even
weird
when he
burning thing he's doing with his jaw throughout
Yes.
it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. And also, I mean, it's never really bothered me before, but towards the end, where Lander's questioning them, and he just looks pissed off, and he's not actually trying to pretend that he is an Italian, like, film producer or whatever it is, cameraman, at all. And he's Golami. And just Golami again and again. It's like you're actually shit at your job right now.
Yeah.
Which is impressive. But yeah, there's. Oh God, I was gonna say like it's completely dropped out of my head. But Bastards. I mean, like I'm more into the Melanie Laurent like section of it, like her and Daniel Bruhl. I think that stuff's great. Like Daniel Bruhl, low key, very, very good in this. Like I think I'm really charming, but I'm actually really entitled.
Yeah.
Element of his character is very, very well done. And I remembered what I was going to say. Eli Roth. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know relatively last minute replacement for Adam Sandler, but he's fucking rough in this.
He's so... I think this is my issue with Inglourious Bastards, is I think if he made Inglourious Bastards now, it would be better, because he had this weird, like, collection of effectively sort of a little bit like fanboys that he was working with, that he worked with on Death Proof, and that he was still kind of working on this, and they make up like a lot of the bastards within it. And one of them was Eli Roth, who is not a very good actor, but as well, I do remember thinking when we saw it in the cinema, they built up the Bear Jew thing, and he comes out,
yes,
and it's like, he should be bigger.
Yeah, really? That's what you've got?
If he's going to be the Bear Jew, he's going to be slamming that around. He should come out and A, be threatening, and B, be bigger. But he starts talking, and you're like, you seem like somebody who's never been in an actual fight.
And Sandler could do it. Even not being big. Like, he could have done it. He could have pulled it off. So yeah, Inglourious Bastards. I do like Inglourious Bastards. Django Unchained is ace.
like Jamie Foxx is absolutely electric in this. DiCaprio's not actually in it that much in the grand scheme of things, but he's having a whale of a time. The action in it when it comes rules. And the dialogue as well. Like, it's really, really top tier Tarantino stuff. I'm pretty sure this won Best Original Screenplay for him, and I could, that's absolutely. So, yeah, a couple of random Tarantino watches there. Okie dokie, and actually linking into Django. So, Django formed the last part of a racism in America triple bill that I did for myself. That the middle one was Black Klansman. First rewatch of Black Klansman in a while, and yeah, just as relevant as it was then, if not more so now. I kind of forgot that it ends with footage of Trump. Mm-hmm. And the kind of like the
Charlottesville
bad race riots in Charlottesville, yeah. I mean, fuck, man. It's really, really powerful. But at the same time, that film is also very, very funny in spots.
Oh yeah.
Just Ron doing his white man voice on the phone is so good. Like, you can watch that stuff all day. But yeah, Black Klansman, ace. It was my favourite film of that year, and yeah. And this all started with the first time watching Mississippi Burning, which, yeah, super upsetting. Mm-hmm. I was really, really locked in. I will say the Hackman McDormand stuff. It's a film of the 80s, but man, that's a relationship they wouldn't be doing if they made this film today. Like, McDormand was in her early 30s at the time, and Hackman was in his late 50s.
Yeah, I think she was like 31 or something like that.
Yeah, and I thought it was. I like when it's like, oh, hang on a second, is there sexual tension here? I was like, oh no. And I'm glad we didn't see too much, but yeah, super powerful. I really, really like the dynamic between Hackman and Willem Dafoe in this as well.
Very good.
Yeah, like the way Willem Dafoe's like trying to be proper about it and like sending a message, and then Hackman, like, just at first kind of needling him, but then it's like the realization, actually, no, maybe you need to do things Hackman's way. And even when Dafoe is like, right, fuck it, let's do it your way, Hackman's still doing stuff, and Dafoe's still like, yeah, but that's too much. But I mean, it gets results. So the scene where Hackman grabs Brad Dourif's balls in a pub, in a bar, is
just
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's just absolutely electric how good he is in that. Where he just it's that Hackman turn thing where he's being quite kind of like coy and jovial and just playful with them, and then they basically try and threaten him, and he just fucking puts them all in their place by literally just grabbing Michael Rooker's balls and just fucking squeezing them.
Balls. That's right. Yeah.
And just kind of looking at him. And they all just shit themselves.
Yeah, it's great. Mississippi Burning, well worth a watch.
What I would say, just very quickly, just while we're just talking about that, I genuinely think that not enough is made of Alan Parker as a filmmaker.
Okay, yeah.
Because, like, I mean, to have a back-to-back that was Angel Heart and Mississippi Burning is pretty fucking incredible. And I know that like later on, he did, Evita at Andrew's Ashes and the Life of David Gale wasn't exactly a triple banger that you want. But I mean, fucking hell, the guy did Midnight Express, fucking Birdie, Angel Heart, Mississippi Burn, The Commitments. It's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Just think he's one of those filmmakers that just he has a very distinct style, but just doesn't get spoken about enough.
Yeah. No, agreed. Rewatched Wicked. Watched it with Lottie. I like Wicked. Sorry, don't love it, but Ariana Grande good. Rewatched Ad Astra. It's good. This.
Yeah, I rewatched it last year. It is good. It is very good.
Yeah, just great sense of place and character. And yeah, again, like Mickey 17, it's like they gave them how much to make this, but it really shows on screen though. It's like visually, it's just absolutely overwhelming and awesome. So yeah, Ad Astra, it's great time on Amazon Prime in 4K HDR as well. Which
has got what made me go, fuck it, I remember liking Ad Astra. I'm gonna give this a watch, and it looks fucking great.
Yeah, it does. Okay, a few more. Rewatched Mank. I like Mank.
I've not rewatched this since I've just watched it once.
Yeah, the thing is, like the stuff where Amanda Seyfried's in it a lot is really, really entertaining. She's really fucking good in this. And she really lights up the screen. And then as it gets towards she's kind of being sidelined out of the film, and then it's basically Mank versus Hearst. And as it becomes more of what it's actually about, it just starts feeling its length. And because it is kind of fun and kind of drunk on Hollywood at the start. So that when it then needs to get more serious, it's still very good, but it loses me slightly. But Oldman's ace in it as well. Blast from the Past. Why not? Brendan Fraser, Alicia Silverstone. It's good fun. Watched it in a holiday cabin, and it worked well.
I do remember this being a good amount of fun.
Yeah, no, it's just fun, and that's about it. It's not much more needed to talk about that. And finally, My Old Ass. Which, sorry, I just looked at my Letterboxd review, which was me quoting a friend we were watching it with who was drunk. I'll just read it out. This is what she said at the end of it, and I can't. So I don't know. Yeah. I won't say who the him is, but actually, I'm not going to say that bit. And then, was this a film or a theory? When I die, I need a Viking funeral. Not any colours allowed but pink. By a lake, yeah, I want them to be burnt on load of pink wood, with loads of wood around me, with people saying, oh, you're so beautiful, and then there can only be rosé wine. I was literally just typing this into Letterboxd as she was talking. My Old Ass. Anyway, yeah, it's good. It's good. It kind of felt like one where people were like, "Oh, people are sleeping on My Old Ass. It's one of the best films of the year." Blah blah blah. I don't think it's that, but it's young Aubrey Plaza meets old Aubrey Plaza and learns life lessons. And it's charming enough. It's funny. The end is a little bit gut punchy, but
Isn't
also... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought also it was a little bit, you can kind of see it coming, but also that kind of adds to the gut punchiness of it, because it's horrible when it happens.
I feel like he's a bit
horrible
now, though, isn't he? So it's probably...
Who was?
What, the guy?
Percy Hines White, yeah.
Oh, why?
Something to do with Wednesday, I think.
Okay, okay, because that's interesting. Because I was a bit like, this film got a lot of attention, and I do not know who this dude is at all.
And he's fucking great in it as well.
Yeah, he is.
He's the best
Yeah,
in
he's
it
like
by a
super
way.
charming.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, like yeah, that guy's like really charming. Okay, all right.
And they play off each other as well. Like when I watched it, I said, didn't I? Like it's boring until he turns up, and then they're so cute together.
Yeah, yeah, and
Sexual assault accusations.
oh, for fuck. Yeah, okay. Ugh.
Why can't people just not be knobheads?
Well,
Yeah, in it though.
I mean, it does say
Fucking hell.
allegations, not convictions. So who knows?
That'll be why he's not getting announced as starring in any big stuff after like a performance like this, and if he's in Wednesday as well,
Well, he's not
like
anymore.
up and comer, and then it's well, yeah, I bet he's not. Cool. But anyway, my old ass, decent on Amazon Prime. That's me.
Nice. Fucking A. Yeah, right. Questions. I believe we have some. Let me just find them. Find questions. Rick Kidd. Right. Can I preface before I read out this question? Right. Can we just talk about celebrating the man's films? Right. And not talk about the horribleness that keeps coming out about more to do with this, because it's just sad.
Yeah, no.
And I genuinely just mean it's sad, and it genuinely upsets me.
Yeah, it's really.
Yep.
But given his recent passing, what are your top 3 Gene Hackman movies?
Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide's a fucking good shout.
Superman the movie. Royal Tenenbaums.
Bex.
Just reading through. Mississippi Burning's a favourite of mine.
Yeah.
I do like Tenenbaums. I fucking love Behind Enemy Lines. Like it's one of those like not guilty pleasures because I don't feel guilty about my pleasures, but it's not the best movie in the world and I love it.
Yeah.
Just try to see if I've missed any that I want to put in there. Obviously I've missed loads because he's done a lot.
Because I'm going to go Crimson...
I had to admit to Mark the other day that I've never seen the Conversation and now he's angry with me. Or The French Connection.
That's it. I'm going Crimson Tide, French Connection.
Both bangers.
And The Conversation. Because The Conversation is probably my top 20 movies of all time.
Crimson Tide's the Denzel Washington one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a fucking banger as well.
Yeah. He's fucking great.
Actually, he's minting Heartbreakers as well.
He's very fun in
Yeah,
Heartbreakers.
he is.
Oh, that's a good show.
Yeah. The thing is, that's it.
There's not a lot he's not great in, to be fair.
I mean, and as well, genuinely, I think his 90s is incredibly underrated. You know, not even like just like absolute bangers, but just real like good, like proper grown-up movies. You know, and I'm not even going to go through all of them, but you've got things like Class Actions in there, Unforgiven, The Firm, The Quick and the Dead, Crimson Tide, Get Shorty, The Birdcage.
He's minting
The
as well.
Chamber's a fucking horrible movie, but he's really good in it. Absolute Power, Enemy of the State. They're all like, and I missed out some, but like The Quick and the Dead, Crimson Tide, and Get Shorty were all done in the same year.
Yeah, The Chamber is really good actually. I've forgotten about that one.
Yeah, horribly like that. That's a really like it's an uncomfortable movie because he plays such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be my 3. Dylan, who will play Elon in the inevitable film about the downfall of America?
America? I don't know her.
Mike Myers is doing him in SNL at the moment. Have Mike Myers do it.
Yeah. He's doing a pretty fucking fun job.
Not to get too dark here, but this is the darkest timeline. It is giving some real World War III vibes at the moment, and I don't like it. It's very, very scary. Especially living on the fucking east coast of the UK, where like people are like, oh, this oil tanker that's exploded, has it been blown up? It was American, or has it just been an accident?
It's an
And it's like,
accident.
oh my god, yeah, we are literally on the east coast of the fucking country now, and stuff for America, for the fucking Department of Defence is coming past our shoreline. I don't like it.
I think it crashed.
Yeah. I know, but it's still a bit. It's one of the biggest ports in the UK, and it's on that side of the country.
Yeah, I'd give it to Mike Myers.
Yeah, fair. As long as he portrays him as the absolute fucking piece of shit that he is.
Oh, he's portraying him as a buffoon.
He's doing a good job of that at the moment on SNL. Fucking hell.
And it's really pissing Elon off.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. What are we covering next week?
I assume Black Bag's a defo.
Yeah. Saw a trailer for that. Before Mickey 17, and I was just like, do you know what it looks like? It looks like a film that Soderbergh hasn't got bored that he's making halfway through it. Mm-hmm. And that's always a good sign.
I feel like he kind of did with Presents, so...
I feel like he does with a lot of the films that he makes. Like, he gets halfway through it and goes, oh, I'm just going to put autopilot on and just let it fucking finish.
So then there's also there's Opus, which is that Io Edibiri, John Malkovich one.
Yeah, we gave it a trailer for this before Mickey 17, didn't we? Looks bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't do all four at the cinema because there won't be fucking time.
No.
If we're picking two, I would say Black Bag and Opus.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's say that then. There's also In the Lost Lands, the new Paul W.S. Anderson one, and Last Breath. They'll probably both be on VOD within a few weeks. We could probably catch up with them. I'm definitely Black Bag and Opus are the two I'm most interested in myself.
I'm fucking totally down for Black Bag and Opus then.
Cool. All right, nice one.
I mean, if anyone makes it to the others, we can do it as a what we've been watching, can't we? But if not, we can just pick it up, like you say, when it comes on VOD.
I mean, I'm quite temptedly looking because I'm not at work on Saturday.
Fucking lucky bastard.
I am looking a little. No, Last Breath. It's not until like midday. If there was like a cheeky like 10:30 screening of that, I'd have been all over that shit.
I'm just gonna put it out there, Mark. Cineworld are showing Terminator 2 Judgment Day at 8:10 on Friday.
Did see that.
Yeah.
Did see that.
Quite keen for that, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Dogman showing it. What is it?
Sorry, just as a little bit of a sidebar. So we were discussing COVID times and how like cinemas were showing like different things and stuff like that at work the other day. And I explained to the two new boys at work the Andrea Ryu thing.
Oh, great, good.
I went through my photo thing, just finding all the posters that I've sent to the group chat. Oh, good times. They thought I was weird.
Right.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back soon.
He's always around. The good thing is, he goes, hey, I'm going to do a concert for spring. Oh, you want a summer concert? I've got one for you. Did you know it's autumn? Bang. Oh, hello, winter. Let's do a Christmas special.
Oh, no, do you know what the next one is?
It's New Year.
Nice.
His next one, Andre Rieu's 75th birthday, The Dream Continues.
God, I bet it fucking does.
Andre Rieu, the hardest working man in opera.
Yeah. He just fucking fiddles his way to fucking glory.
Oh, is he a fiddler? Oh, he's a singer.
No.
Oh, fuck's sake. Like...
Honestly, The Dream Continues.
The thing is, they're constantly on, so there must be so many people going to watch these.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think we have to do it at some point.
Either that, or he is filthy fucking rich and just keeps self-releasing them.
Possibly. Yeah, Dutch violinist. And conductor. We're going to have to do one at some point.
I have a feeling we might have to do his birthday.
Yeah. The Dream.
The Dream.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck it, yeah, we're doing that. I bet it's 7 hours long.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We know you already are.
Hey, I booked a ticket one time, and it was in the middle of COVID, and it was randomly being sold. If they didn't want to show it to me then, they had their chance.
Right, that has been another rather bizarre fucking Mark episode of Film Bastards, episode 576.
I feel like the midsection was quite sensible. They always just end up weird and start weird.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Ta-ta, thank you.
And thank you very much for listening.
Bye.